So, I was reviewing the footage for the previous recording, and I noticed the audio was all corrupted. So yeah, that was really frustrating. So what I'll do is I'll just put captions over everything I did. I'll just write what I said, even though you won't be able to hear it. Okay, now that I've done those two tasks, I'm not sure what I'll do next. Maybe I'll do this one. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm gonna do this one first. This requires a half star, which I have right here. I have to get more star quarters though. Now, which one is more optimal? Right, now I have all the parts I need. I forgot to pin it. I just have to paint this quarter red and this quarter blue. This one can stay gray. Look at that. Blue paint right there, red right there. Instantly stack it, and I have that. Just grab another row of stackers like that, and then I can instantly put this on. Never mind, that's the wrong way. Okay, that's better. Why does that not have a third floor? Okay, that's gonna start working up. Then I just have to stack the shape that I just made on top of this new part. That and that. Hey, that's the part I need right there. Right? Unless it's mirrored. It's mirrored. That's annoying. Okay, using a bit of swabber magic, I managed to turn this into exactly what I need. This square and a circle below it. Unfortunately, it uses a trash. That means I can't build this on the second floor, so I'll have to get creative. That's why I have a third floor. Okay, it took me way too long to get this set up. And I'll need even more because I have to paint them. Alright, while that takes years to get here, I'm going to start painting them. I'm gonna grab my trusty cutter platform. Never mind. That's not gonna do anything. Oops. Yep. Gotta rotate them first. Alright, so the circle needs to be painted blue and the square needs to be painted red. I have blue here. If I had mined this more optimally, I could have used this blue, but that's okay. Holy, now that is optimal. So what I'm doing is I have this, rotating it. Why does that have efficiency? I found the problem. There. Now that should have the full third floor. Anyway, like I was saying, this is getting separated in half. I have the squares going on this side, circles going on this side. The squares are getting painted red on the first platform floor. I have the red paint coming from over here. This is going here into the painters. And the circles, yes, they're going onto the second platform floor. It's painted blue, which is coming from over here. Then I have a stacker right here. The squares are going up, getting stacked. Doesn't matter because they're both on the same layer. So I have all these stackers, rotating them back to where they came from, and now I have this. Something like this should be good enough. Yep. Grab another row of stackers, and that should just be done. Oh, wrong way. Still no. What did I do wrong? That's what I did wrong. Can't believe I failed it twice in a row. Can you believe this? That's correct. But, there. For the next part, I'm noticing I can just use a swapper to get this quarter over here, and then have to make that shape. Not sure where I'll do that. Probably right here. I need a gray circle bow tie thing, and a blue circle bow tie thing. I can just use these, and maybe those. That is a gray bow tie. Now here, I'm going to be extremely optimal. You'll see what I'll do. I'm only using 6 asteroid miners for these circles, and 6 pumps. Can you see why? So I'm getting this full circle. Doesn't matter what colors they are because I'm painting over it anyway. I have these two because I only need 2, 1, and that half. Then I'm cutting them in half. I'm going to turn these into bow ties. So by painting this full shape blue, cutting it in half, I've doubled the amount of bow ties I'll get. It's very optimal. I am once again making another bow tie maker. If I find out later that this is not making max efficiency, I'll be pretty mad. Because this looks right. It should be right. Oh my god, where's the third floor? I guess I once again forgot to connect the third floor. I don't know why I keep doing this. Done. Fix that too. Now I'm getting pretty close to the vortex, but that's okay because The next task needs me to rework the entire thing anyway, so I'm not that worried. Using more swapper magic, I have made this part of the shape the diagonal. By the way, I don't know what I was doing. I just put swappers and rotators until it worked. Send this over, stack it, easy. Look at that, max efficiency of everything. I haven't seen that in a while, because it kept making silly mistakes. I was looking at this somewhere and noticed that this bow tie shape thing is exactly the same as I already have. So if I grab the shape that I'm making, if I cut out this bottom left corner, these parts are still in this shape, mostly. This red star or the gray star, I have that. And this bow tie I just made right here. So all I have to do is get a blue bow tie diamond, a green bow tie diamond, and that's done. So yeah, hopefully I didn't delete anything important. That's gonna be my green bow tie, and that will be the gray bow tie. Time to unoptimally mine this. I say mine, I should say extract, because it's paint. You can't mine paint. Time to send it all the way over here. Yay! Now I'll have to rework this a little bit. That's okay, all of my shapes are still here. I just have to rearrange the inputs. For example, I have to temporarily erase that quarter, the bottom right quarter, because it's gonna come back on the next port, so I don't want to erase it completely. Like, I don't want to rework this. Temporarily deleting it would be the smarter idea. That is that. Grab another stacker, put it somewhere. I don't know. Here. Oh, that's not how it goes at all. Okay, it's been rotated. That's a pipe. But that's still wrong. What am I doing, man? This shape goes on top. Like this. This shape goes on the bottom. There we go. That wasn't so hard, was it? And then the next shape right there. Just waiting to be used. Oh, that's a problem. Problem solved. That's the shape in question. What? Second floor is not receiving... What? What? Where's the second floor? Okay, this can't keep happening. I swear I connected this to the second floor. By the time the second floor shapes reach here, it's gonna be done. Alright, I'm gonna start doing this shape ahead of time. I've decided I'm gonna do something a little unorthodox. Starting with the normal stuff, you can see the blue part of the diamonds right there is now red. So I went ahead and got red paint over here. I'll easily be able to replace this blue paint over here with red, and then that'll just start making that what I need. This blue star quarter and gray star quarter is already over here. It's being temporarily cut out. I can rotate it, temporarily cut out the red quarter. This quarter is the same, and the only new thing is this red square and this gray square. And you'll see what I'll do for those. I have a special idea. Done. Here is my unorthodox idea. I have a full circle right... That's not a circle. I have a full square right here, distributed onto the 3 floors. It's being cut into quarters using this blueprint. They're all being rotated, so they're all at the top right quarter. Same thing over here. I've painted this shape red right here. Then cut them in half, rotate them, cut them in half again. Got that quarter. Now I'll just get a stacker array. Perfect. I hope this is max efficiency. It should be. If it's not, I'll be mad. Time to replace this blue paint with red paint. I guess I can just clear this. Why not? I also have to erase one of these quarters. So here's a half destroyer, and it's gonna rotate it counterclockwise. Now I have this. Just plug that in back where it was before. Right there. Now one final step. Get another stacker array. And then plug this in it. Please be correct. Not even close. Apparently I rotated this the wrong way, so instead of counterclockwise, I'm just gonna rotate it clockwise. Okay, that should be correct. Nope. Oh, right, because I have to replace that. Yeah. I have to erase the red part, so... That was easy. Please be correct. Nope. And this has to go on the bottom, so let me move the stacker array. Please be correct. Still not even close. Okay, instead of being stupid, I'm gonna be smart. I don't have enough space. That's nice. Oh. I have that. Time to plug that in. Hey, there we go. Only took 3 hours and a half. I hope that's max efficiency. It probably isn't. But so far, none of these have been max efficiency, so I'm just gonna keep up the trend. Okay, since there was so much jank earlier, I'm gonna recap what I've done. So from the beginning, I have this multicolored star half thing being stacked and turned into this. That was from step 1. Then I temporarily, well, not permanently, erased the red half because I only need the blue half. These are being stacked on top of this, which is being made by this blue bow tie and this gray bow tie, then cutting it in half and stacking it with this red and gray squares, which is being made by over here, painting it red, cutting it to quarters, this one also cutting it to quarters. That blue star is being stacked on top, which is being stacked with this green and red bow tie diamond thing, which is being made over here, yes. I have the green diamond right here, the gray one right here is getting painted red, and all the way down here is where I'm getting the diamonds. Max efficiency, more or less. About time. So I've been taking looks at the next task and I can do Space Bramble. This needs a full star and more stars on top of that. So you have a lot of star quarters. And this has an unreasonable amount of diamonds as well. Look how many diamonds it needs. And there are no diamonds nearby. So I don't know where I'm going to get all those diamonds from. Not to mention it also needs stars and there's not enough stars over here. So in order to get that I'll need this star over here and this diamond over here. I may as well start sending it over right now. 2 space belts of stars. Send them right there, I guess. Done. And here's a full diamond miner. I went through the effort of making this 3-floor balanced so that I don't have to separate them onto floors later. But that took way longer. I could have been done faster if I had placed all them down and then layered the floors out after. Now that is a full space belt of diamonds. Let's double it. Another space belt of diamonds. Do I need more? Probably. I do, in fact. Nice. Let's get a 3rd space belt of diamonds. Good. Send it all over there. I'm using all of my platform units on these space belts. I got an achievement. Okay, time to erase all of this. Goodbye. Do I need any of that? I don't think so. Yeah. Goodbye. That was laggy. Time to paint some stars red and green. I wish I kept that optimal thing I made earlier, where I had painters here and on the 2nd layer. Guess I'll just make it again. Green stars. Red stars. Stack them together. Make yet another swapper magic platform. Exactly what I need. A full space belt of exactly what I need. Send it all the way over. Now I have to wait 10 minutes for the shapes to actually get there. Basically what I did here was I just did the exact same thing I did for the previous shape. I cut them in half, painted those halves, stacked them, swapper magic them. Just realized I'm gonna have to rework that for the next part because that's on the next layer, so that's gonna be fun. Very balanced distribution right there, if I say so. For the next shape I'll need this shape, completely colored blue. Hey, look at that, it's right here. Send it all the way down. Pick more blue from over here. Done. I took time out of my day to make this distribution balanced. Hey, full blue, that thing. That last shape is a complete mess, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. At least I have all the parts right here. Look at that. Basically full space belt minus that gap and that gap, and that gap, and that gap, and that gap, and that gap. Where are all these gaps coming from? Do you think there's 5,000 shapes on that belt right there? I think so. Let's delete this ahead of time. So here I just moved those bow tie makers to be in front of them because now I have to do some funny swapper shenanigans. Also I can't get half of them out, so this is going to be interesting. Now I have to just get a stack array, stack that blue diamond and that green star. Yep, that's a star, which I have right here. That's what I need. That has to go on top of the red star piece. So let's do that. There we go. Now the gray diamond piece has to go on top of that, which I have right here. Done. Easy. For that next step, I think I just have to stack this piece, which I have prepared already, on top of that, and it's just done. You know what? I'm saving this. Bow tie maker. I finally have a bow tie maker somewhere in here. There it is. It's probably a good idea if I actually gave them a label too, like I did for everything else. Not label, but whatever these icons are. Man, I can't find this swapper icon anywhere. Oh, there it is. Okay, those are the icons. This is my 12-belt cutter. This is my bow tie maker. I think they're pretty nice. Alright, let's see how fast I can transition these shapes. Now. Oh. Well, that was easy. Hopefully there's enough shapes on this line. There should be. And this is being prepared ahead of time. Very optimal. Looks like I just barely had enough on the space belt. Yeah, I was cutting it decently close. Holy. But it was worth it because now I have to wait less. Hahaha. Also, if you're wondering why I'm not using the other vortex inputs that I have right here, it's because I don't have any resources nearby. I have resources that are way far out. If I use them, it would just take too long to reach over here, and I don't want to deal with that. In the next milestone, when I get trains, I will definitely be using all of this, because then I don't have to worry about the distance to resources. Call me silly, but I just don't want to deal with having shapes being so far away. Having a speed multiplier would also be pretty nice, but I think more vortex inputs is a bigger priority. Do you think I can buy the remaining levels with how many research credits I have? Let's find out. Bam. Not quite. Okay, looking at this last step now, once that's going, it's already at 5,000. I need a full blue diamond, a green piece of diamond, and a red star thing. I have all those, kind of. The first 3 layers of the shape are the same, I just have to make those 2 new ones. Not sure how I'll go about doing that though. I can do more forbidden technique and paint half of these stars red and then cut them in half. And now I can use my new bow tie maker. Hopefully that's what I need. Yes. Now I need a blue full diamond and a green half diamond bow tie. Good thing I have diamonds right here. And can I use my cutter blueprint again? And bow tie maker. I need to rotate some of them. Wow. Exactly what I need. Actually, I don't need to rotate them. The nearest green is all the way over there. On the bright side, I can do more forbidden techniques. I know we all love forbidden techniques. Who doesn't? Those are the green half diamond bow tie things. Okay, I have all the parts I need, I think. I just have to stack them the right way. Let me grab this and send it over. My favorite stacker array. I'm gonna need more stackers. I think I'll just grab this. Can I even get that over? I don't think I can. No, I can. What is this? Why is this so ugly? Assembly line. I don't know how I didn't get that yet. Is that what I need? Looks like it. Send it over somehow over there. Erase that. Another stacker array. What? That's incorrect. Wait, how's that wrong? Oh, right, because I don't need this anymore. I gotta rework this, I forgot. So I have that. I just need the stacker array. Send this over. Yes. Very nice. This is not spaghetti. I can't get a good glamour shot because it's so all over the place. Okay, I don't know why that felt like it took way longer compared to everything else. It was perfect efficiency, so I don't really know. Anyway, time to see ya. Why is my mouse not clicking? See ya. I'm gonna keep this star belt because I probably need it. And diamonds can stay too, why not? Time to rework this again. This time I'll use launchers. Wait, I literally have a blueprint. Here's the blueprint. That's very laggy. Bam. There we go. Now I don't have to build that. Okay, one more task and then I can finally start doing the milestone and make 150,000 of them. That's going to be fun. This one doesn't take too much, just squares, diamonds, circles, stars. So that's everything actually. It takes blue, green, and red as well. Now I'm noticing you do not need that many squares for this shape. So you probably just grab it from here. This might be too many squares. This needs to be green, so I'll ship this over. I also need some blue squares, and what do you know? There's blue squares right here. Okay, that's a full blue circle. I just connected these painters to a half destroyer platform, so I can just get this. There's that. I did notice I need this exact shape for the next task. Circle, diamond, circle, diamond. It's the same one. I'm gonna grab this and then mess around with it so that I only have the diamonds from it, because I don't need the circles just yet. Send it all the way down and make some swapper platforms. I don't have enough space to fit that on a 1x1. I've been defeated, I have to use a 1x2. Look how much space I don't use on the 1x2, and it's so ugly. I'm getting the diamond bow tie shape that I need, and for the next step I can just delete this platform. I do need this blue and green diamond for the next step. I'm not sure where I'll get those from. I'll just get the green diamond right here. Blue paint. Now I can erase this platform. Now I have to do something even more complicated. Why did I do it like this? I have to get that bow tie, and then I have to get this full diamond with those colors, and then I have to get this circle bow tie. I did not plan ahead for that, did I? Alright, so here's what I've been making. It took me like 10 minutes or 20 minutes to turn this into... I had to first make this swapper platform to separate them into the diamonds and the circle parts. And then I had to make a new cutting platform to output the diamonds on this side and the circles on this side. And then I used my bow tie maker that I made. And then I had to rotate that one. The diamonds are going here to get stacked onto the green and blue quarter diamonds, which I stacked over here. So I have that shape. This is going to get stacked on top of this one. And then the bow ties that I have over there will get stacked on top of this. I don't know why I did it like this. It's very... yeah, it's something else. I would go as far as to say this is not optimal. Wow. Not optimal. Don't do this. I bet there were 1,000 easier ways to do this, and I just didn't. The next step just needs this shape, a half star and a half circle, both painted red. Half star right here. How do I get that over here to get painted red? Might as well use this circle since it's right here. Other circle part, I was extremely lazy and cut out the first half that I could. That doesn't matter because it's getting painted over anyway. Painting platform. Painters. Well, fluid minor asteroid thing. Now I have to do what I did over here again. Lobby. Paste. Yep. Oh, by the way, I thought, yeah, this is gonna run out. That's running at 1/4 efficiency, I just realized. Oops. Okay, now that's fixed. Oh, now there's no space over here. That's better. Right, time to add more stackers. I have the other two shapes I need right here. Doesn't matter what order they go in, so I'll just do the stars first, I think. And then circles. That is the correct shape. Now I've made a discovery in that for the next step. The next shape I need to add, this fifth layer one, is right here. I'm using that again. I'm currently using that for 1/4 diamond to be painted blue, so I could replace that diamond with this one. I could also use these. Plug that in. I knew this task was going to be a problem before I even did it, and it was a major problem. It's taking me way longer to do this task than all the other ones. So now I can remove all of these, grab my 3 floor balance miner thing, place them down. Okay, that shape is not even close to arriving and this is already done, so just grab the stacker way ahead of time. This is easily the most unoptimal one I've made so far. The next step is pretty simple. I just have to replace this circle with green and color that one blue. The circles are coming from somewhere. Yeah, right there. So I've prepared all of this just now. All I have to do is send these over here and then we'll turn into that. Not now though. It's just the same thing I've made a few times. It cuts them in half, paints one half one color, the other half one color, and then stacks them back together. Trying to send it over, and then... That's not correct, is it? What am I missing? Oh, that's different as well. So on top of painting those circles blue and green, you want me to paint these diamonds blue and green as well. That's nice. Wait, I have an idea. It's not a very good idea, but it is an idea. That's not what I hoped to happen. Yeah, I figured this idea wasn't good anyway. Alright, here's the new improved idea. I have this shape, I brought it from over there, removed that garbage, brought it over here. Half of them is painting red. That's not red, that's green. Half of them is painting green, half of them is painting blue. And then I can do stacker swapper magic. Alright, I spent a long time making this swapper platform. Why is that not inputting anything? Anyway, what it does is it takes this blue bow tie and this green bow tie, swaps them together to make that thing. And the rest, because I can't fit it all onto one, it's going to go onto the next platform. Yeah, I just copied this platform over here and then it just worked, which is great. Stack it on all 3 floors and we now have that. It took a long time, but I finally got those. Was it worth it? Probably not. I've located where these colorful diamonds go. They go right here. Let me ship them in. Let me ship them in if I can. There. Damn it. That should be it. Yes. Could have done that in like 1 million other easier ways. For some reason I did not. And the circle should just go in here. Is that correct? Yes it is. Holy, I did not expect that to work. Man. I usually hate spaghetti. I always hate spaghetti. And I will say I have built spaghetti right now. I don't even want to take a glamour shot because this is so messy. Finally done. Claim that and delete all of this. I don't want to see it anymore. That was lucky. Time for the milestone finally. I'm gonna make 2 spade cells with this because 150,000 is a lot as it turns out. However, this shape is much easier than the rest of the shapes I've noticed. So after you make the first layer of the shape, which is that blue square, gray circle, blue circle, you make this shape. Then for the final shape, you swap it, mirror it, whatever. And then all you need is a blue, or no, that's not blue, red full diamond and put that in there. It's just that easy. I can also get the first milestone shape from right here. Because all I have to do is grab this, and then I can cut them all in half, so I can get twice the amount. It's that easy. I have to mine this for like the 5th time. I have to paint it red. Look at this red right here. Alright, I forgot I'm making 2 spade cells. I'll just plug that one in for now. This one can go on after. I need 2 full diamonds to turn red. I have them right here. There's 2 space belts of that. Since I only need half of that for now, I'll just use half to try a platform. This is done now, so I can plug in the other space belt of this. Yep. I just realized I forgot to get the bottom half, the blue circle and the gray circle. Whoops. 3 notches or 12 belts. I'm gonna paint that blue and then cut into quarters. Because I only need 1/4 blue thing. Actually, I need 2 space belts, so let me just do this. Blue circle. How do I cut down to quarters? Now that's nice. There's my cutter platform, some rotators, 2 more cutting platforms, and that's a full quarter. Full space belt of quarters. I could do something similar for this one over here. There. That is 2 space belts of this shape. I hope I can make this work. If not, it might be bad. Man, I wish I had a 3rd platform floor. Oh, I can't get that out. Okay, this is not it. This is not it. That is not that. That's not correct at all. Two space bots. Erase all this. Very nice. I have to get that thing now. So here's my plan. I have half a space belt of full circles, and I also have half a space belt of full circles. What I'll do is paint both of them green, then cut them in half, and use them as bow ties so I get two full space belts. Hopefully I did the math correctly. There's a good chance I did it wrong. Done. Now this is pretty optimal. If I did the math correct, that should be two space belts of these full green bow tie circle things. Next I'll need a bow tie of green stars, and I have full stars right here, and I need one space belt. I just realized I built twice as many as I needed, so I went ahead and fixed that. And over here I have the other part I need. Two space belts of this. Using more optimal stack replacements, I now have two space belts of this. Send these over here to get stacked. That's the wrong way. I always do this. In theory, that's max efficiency. If it's not, it's gonna be pretty embarrassing. You know, I've decided, since I'm only inputting two space belts, I'm gonna set up the vortex to only accept two, so it looks cleaner. This is the one I was using last time. Also have to rework the inputs, but that's not a big deal. Alright, I just checked in here after a little bit. That is indeed max efficiency. Love to see it. Well, not yet, but close enough. There we go. Now I have to separate those green stars first, so let me do that. Those have been separated. So I have to send the green stars over to this shape, and drop and stack them, and then I can work from there. Great. Okay, I just reworked all. I just cleaned this a little bit. Now I need the other part. Which one is that? Yes, the red diamond thing. Alright, I've put that in the only place I can fit it. That's easy, that's close by. It's over there. Got more stacker platforms. Yay. This is the blueprint to mirror the left half of the shape, so let me just use that on this. That's what I need, I think. Yeah. Plug this into the stacker right now. No space. Wow, look at how optimal that is. Okay, not really. Now the question is, can I do that again? Probably not. Green stars right here. And then the red diamond parts things. How do I get that out of there? Now I have to fit that in there. Over here looks good to me. Now the green circles. And then this shape that I have to mirror. And two space belts of the milestone shape. I can't get out of there. Yes, I can. Very good. I hope nothing broke and it's gonna be low efficiency. It shouldn't be, but there's a good chance that it's broken. If you look here, all of the inputs are correct. Honestly, that milestone shape was a lot easier than some of the other shapes I've had to make. Probably this one took me the longest because I made it harder on myself for no reason. And assuming this is max efficiency, it should be done in about 10 minutes. Very good. Oh look, they're starting to show up now. I wish I gave myself more space to work with. If I had moved this out a little bit more when I was building it for the first time, I wouldn't have to make this mess over here. I don't know where all of this unevenness is coming from. It should have been done by, it should have been fixed by now, but it's just not. I got an achievement. I wasn't even paying attention. Milestone done. I finally have trains. I don't have to worry about the few resources around the vortex anymore. Anyway, now it looks like it's actually more or less max efficiency. I figured out the problem was, we go over here, where I'm separating the stars and the circles. Oh, the problem's back. As you can see, not enough stars are going out. I don't know what's causing it. It's probably because this works on a cutter, so if one half gets jammed, it's going to stop the other from moving. You can see here, the stars should be completely fine. There's nothing stopping the stars from moving. The circles are moving. I just don't know. And apparently since I'm watching it, it went back to full efficiency, or at least close to it. Thanks, game. I appreciate that. Anyway, it looks like I'm pretty close to getting another milestone done, so I might as well just wait for that. 500 research credits from that is crazy though. Look how fast that's going up. Already done. Could probably leave this running for a little bit. I think I will do that. I'm gonna get fluid wagons first. And then primary colors maybe. Or station spacers, I don't know. These new tasks are gonna require me to make at least 2 space builds for everything because 100,000 is quite a bit. And the milestone requires 250,000. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. I'm just gonna leave this running for a little bit. If you want to support the quest to beat every factory game in the world, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave comments too. Thanks for watching.